Hello commanders, welcome back. Today we are going to take a look at the Orca, which is the only available passenger vessel in Elite Dangerous. Sadly, because this feature is not yet implemented in the game, we will have to treat the Orca as another multi-role vessel and try to discover how good it is at the different activities of Elite Dangerous. The cost of the Orca is at around 47.3 million credits, and it is a quite fast vessel with its top speed, normal top speed going up to 304 meters per second, while its boost speed can go up to 385 meters per second. Despite the fact that it is a fast vessel though, it lacks in maneuverability since the level of its maneuverability is only 2. The value of its shields is 114 while the value of its armor is 396, and this is making it obvious to see that the Orca relies more on its armor for protection than its shields. But that's not the only way to defend itself from enemy NPC and players. The Orca also has 3 hardpoints, 1 large, 2 medium and 4 utility mounts. Before we go ahead and take a look at the stats of the Orca, let's take a quick look at the ship itself. It does look quite beautiful and it does remind me of an Orca, an actual Orca. It is a luxurious vessel that its main goal will be to transport passengers from one system to another, and this is why it looks so damn good. It's one of the most beautiful designs in Elite Dangerous. We can see the engines over here right behind it. I do like the way it looks. It is also remind me of a space limo, and it is certain that whichever activity you decide to perform with this vessel, you are gonna do it in style. And of course, let's take a look at the interior and the view from the cockpit. It's a bit limited, you can't see much, but its role is not that of exploration, although we could take it out and perform some exploration. We can see the interior, quite beautiful, clean and beautiful. It is a new vessel, just got it actually, and does look good. I do like the cockpit and the way it looks. It's not a bad ship at all. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the stats of the Orca when you buy it and how we can improve them. When we first buy the Orca, it has 13.6 available power, a maximum cargo capacity of 72 tons, which is not bad at all to start with, and a jump range of 7.44 light years, 6.81 light years laden. Not the best stats, but let's go ahead and take a look what are the stats with the best available modules equipped. With the best available modules equipped, the Orca has an available power of 20.4, which is quite good, quite decent, and it will probably be enough to equip it with all the necessary modules we want to have, and its jump range has gone up to 16.83 light years and 15.32 light years with a certain cargo capacity. Not bad stats. We have to remember that the Orca's main job is not to do exploration or trading or anything else in the game. Its main job is to transport passengers from one system to another, which is not yet implemented unfortunately in the game. The Orca also has 8 internal compartments, of which 1 class 6, 3 class 5, 1 class 4, 1 class 3 and 2 class 2. What is very special about the internal compartments of the Orca, and that we are not going to find it at any other vessel in Elite Dangerous, is that the first 2 internal compartments, the one that is class 6 and the first of the class 5 ones, can only be equipped with cargo racks and hull reinforcement packages. We can only find this on the Orca, and probably this is because there is the place that the passenger modules will be equipped when they are available in the game. So, having all this info about the Orca in mind, we are going to try and see how good it is at the different activities of Elite Dangerous, and of course, like always, we are going to start with the peaceful activities such as trading. We are going to equip all the internal compartments with cargo racks and see what is our maximum cargo capacity. With only cargo racks equipped, the Orca can have a maximum cargo capacity of 192 tons, which is not that bad. It's not that bad at all. And if we equip it with the best shield generator that the Orca can have, which is not the A6, because like we said, this internal compartment can only be equipped with cargo racks and hull reinforcement packages, so it will have to be an A5. Then our Orca has a maximum cargo capacity of 160 tons and the protection of a shield generator of A5, which is actually quite decent. we can downgrade the cell generator, and this time we will have a cell generator of A4 and a cargo capacity of 176 tons. Not bad at all. It could be used for some trading, for transferring some commodities from one system to another, but of course it is quite expensive, an expensive vessel for this job, and there are other vessels that are a lot cheaper and have a bigger cargo capacity. If we try to equip the Orca for mining, we have enough power to equip it with 2 mine lasers, and we can of course equip another weapon and defensive modules to protect ourselves, and it can take a refinery with up to 8 bins or more if you want to lose one of the cargo racks of 5 or the A4 generator and replace it with something else, and can also take a collector limber controller, and still its cargo capacity will be 164 tons, which is actually quite good for a mining vessel. The only problem I can see with the Orca mining is its maneuverability and how hard it will be for you to maneuver yourself inside an asteroid belt in front of so many asteroids. Maybe this will give you some trouble, and of course there will be sometimes pirates coming for you, so you will have to have this in mind as well. You will have to be able to move around freely and mine and defend yourself, but it is not a bad option. You could use it, and like we said before, whichever activity you decide to do with the Orca, you are gonna do it in style. Another very interesting activity is of course rare goods trading. It is obvious that the Orca won't be the best choice for this activity, and this is because the jump rates, especially the laden jump rates, if we only have a cell generator of A4, and actually we should downgrade this to a D4 like we have downgraded most of the basic modules, our cargo capacity will be at 176 tons, but our laden jump rates will be only at 14.52 light years, and this means that it will take us forever to reach our destination. Also, we will probably be out of fuel before we reach our destination, and this is mainly because of the fuel tank and its capacity that is only 16, which is not that bad, but not good enough for rare goods trading. We will have to also equip a fuel scoop, and since we can equip an A6 fuel scoop, we will have to go with an A5 losing some cargo capacity, or an A3 lose only 8 cargo capacity. With an A3 fuel scoop, our cargo capacity will be 168 tons and our laden jump rates 14.66, while with an A5 fuel scoop our cargo capacity will be 144 tons and our laden jump rates will be 15.09 light years. Something that you should have in mind though when it comes to rare goods trading is that you probably won't have more than 100 goods on your cargo, so our jump rates will probably be a bit better than 15.09. Let's try to remove some of the cargo racks. Let's assume that our cargo capacity will be at 112 tons, then that means that our laden jump rates will be at 15.71 light years, which is not that bad at all in the end, and it means that the Orca could be used as a rare goods trading vessel. It's not the best like with the other two activities that we have seen so far, but yes, you can use it in rare goods trading as well. So the next activity we are going to check the Orca and see how good it is of course exploration. We are going to remove all the cargo racks and equip it with all the necessary modules for exploration. Modules are already downgraded. Let's go ahead and see what is our jump rates. With everything downgraded, all the basic modules and the shield generator to D4 and the necessary modules for exploration equipped, we have an advanced discovery scanner, a detailed surface scanner, a D4 shield generator, an A5 fuel scoop and an A5 autofill maintenance unit just in case we need it. Our jump rate is actually quite decent, 18.24 light years, so that means that again, although the Orca is not the best exploration vessel, it can be a quite decent exploration vessel, and if you want to use it for that role, you can do it freely. If we equip some utility modules on the utility mounts, our jump rates with 2 heat-sink launchers will go up to 18.17 light years, and if we equip 2 more, then it will drop down to 18.10 light years. With 3 extra class 1 gimbal pulse lasers, our jump rates will drop down to 17.94 light years. It's still quite decent, you could use it for exploration, and if you worry about the fuel tank, we can go ahead and add more fuel tanks. With an extra fuel tank with capacity of 8, our latent jump rate will go down to 17.73 light years, which is still good enough. And if you want to add more fuel, unfortunately we cannot do this on the first 2 internal compartments, but we could replace the autofill maintenance unit with an A3 and place a fuel tank up there to the class 5 module. In this case we can add another fuel tank with 32 capacity, and our jump range will only drop to 17.14 light years later, which means that although it's not the best option for exploration, it is quite decent as well. With the fuel scoop of A5 you won't really have any problem traveling around and replenishing your fuel as you go. Also with 16 and 32 fuels you don't have a problem of running out of fuel anytime soon. We have checked the Orca at every activity in the game so far except combat, and I'm really curious to see how good the Orca will be in a combat environment against other NPCs. So this is what we're going to do now, give it a nice combat loadout and see how good it is. Like we have said before, the Orca has 3 hardpoints, 2 medium and 1 large. And although I do like equipping my ships mostly with fixed weapons, the fact that all these 3 hardpoints are below the hull of the Orca, it makes me think that we are going to have a problem with only fixed weapons. Maybe we will have to keep our nose elevated all the time to hit our targets. So this is why I prefer to go with gimbal weapons, and I have chosen this combination: a large beam laser, gimbal beam laser, and 2 medium gimbal cannons. You can do any combination you like. You can see that our power is good. We are only at 20.83. We have enough power to use it in combat. 1 chaff launcher, 3 shield boosters of D0, and a shield generator of A5, which is the best shield generator that the Orca can take because of the limitation of the class 6 module, and another shield cell bank of A5. We could downgrade this shield cell bank and add better shield boosters, but I prefer to go like this. So let's go out of here and take a look at its combat capabilities. But first of all, let's see how fast is the Orca with this certain combat loadout. It feels quite maneuverable with only 2 level. So 4 pips on the engine. Let's see what's our normal speed. 343? 344 is not bad at all, and if we boost, wow, 431, that's absolutely amazing. 432, that's a really nice speed. It must be one of the fastest ships in the game with this loadout, and we could of course try to make it even faster. Now let's go ahead and see how good it is in combat. Let's go after this federal dropship and try our Orca against it. Because of the lack of maneuverability, I will try to position myself right behind it. NPC already attacking it, so let's go and target the power plant as well. A bit more power on the shields. Let's use our cannons. Not bad. We do have some help from other NPCs. And like I thought before, we do have to keep our nose elevated in order to hit even with gimbal weapons.
Under attack.
It should be dead real soon. Power plant is only down to 11% now. And it's dead.
Target destroyed.
Because of the maneuverability problem the Orca has, it is wise to stay close to other NPC and take advantage of their firepower in order to kill enemies. Also, since it's a very fast ship, you can travel around the resource extraction site quite fast and find targets to shoot at. Let's go after this Clipper, a lot more maneuverable vessel than our Orca, and let's see how good we can do against it. Right behind it, let's start the attack, and of course try to use all of our weapons at the same time to take down its shields fast, and then start hurting its power plant. chaff. We do have some problem to turn around fast and face it, and we will have to use flight assist off, and boost away, and then return. It is a bit difficult to get used as the Orca is not bad vessel, but it will be a lot difficult to get used at it if you are coming from a Vulture or other vessels with better maneuverability. Okay, it's at 87%. Put more power on engines and try to return fast. Not bad, but it's a bit problematic at least. We have to use flight assist off and chaff all the time if we want to survive this fight. Remember that our shields are not that strong. It has better armor. Okay, that was a bit too far. 74% on its hull, 68 on its power plant. Let's get closer, put more power on shields. Now we will have to use a shield cell to stay in this fight. And also some reversing will be required with this vessel because of the lack of maneuverability. But don't overdo it or it will be really bad. We don't want to face other vessels because of our weak shields.
Target shields online.
And we always have to choose which system will be better at any given time. So we will have to play with shields, weapons and engine all the time. Let's try to get a bit further away and return.
Flight assist off. Flight assist
there you go.
on.
Let's get in there now. We're too far. I think that's the best tactic when you're fighting against more maneuverable vessels with the Orca. It's not going to work every time though. It's good to have some shield cells to use. The power plant of the Clipper is at 24%. Should be dead soon. Let's use some reversing again.
Target shields offline.
Yeah, it is necessary to use these tactics when fighting against more maneuverable vessels with the Orca. We got it. That wasn't a very hard NPC. It's not a bad vessel for bounty hunting. It will take some time to get used at it, especially if you are coming from Vulture or other more maneuverable vessels. But it is definitely not a bad vessel and you can use it if you want. I don't see a reason not to use it. Some drawbacks of the Orca. One minor first is that annoying sound every time you boost, and it's not a big deal, but it's a bit annoying every time. A major drawback of the Orca is the fact that it requires a large pad, so that makes it impossible to land on outpost. That might make it a bit difficult to travel everywhere you want with this ship, but other than that it is a quite beautiful and useful vessel to use at pretty much every activity. Although the Orca is quite good in combat and you can use it successfully in bounty hunting, I think it would be better to use it in piracy, and this is because it has enough internal compartments to be equipped with all the necessary modules for piracy, and also the two internal compartments that can only be equipped with cargo racks or hull reinforcement packages will give us a nice maximum cargo capacity. In that way we can have a frameshift drive interdictor, a hatch breaker limit controller, even a collector limit controller if you want, a fuel scoop of A4, a shelter bank of A4 again, and a shield generator of A5. And with the two cargo racks on class 6 and one class 5 internal compartments, our cargo capacity can be up to 96 tons, which is quite decent for piracy. And because our power is quite decent, we can have 3 weapons of our choice. I have chosen 3 gimbal pulse lasers, 2 medium and 1 large. Gimbal because of the fact that the hardpoints are below the hull, and also because it will be easier to disable the thrusters of our targets. A chaff launcher, a cargo scanner, and 2 shield boosters of D0. And piracy is the next activity. We are going to test our Orca and see how good it is at it. Let's get behind this Type 9 and pull it out of Super Cruise. When we are performing piracy with the Orca, we shouldn't worry for its lack of maneuverability, since our targets will be vessels like Type 9, Type 6 and Type 7 mostly, and they are not very maneuverable as well. Okay, we can now use our cargo scanner and see what is carrying. As you have noticed, this is a federal courier, so the Orca can also be used in undermining other powers during Powerplay. Let's take a look.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
At what are you carrying? Although we already know. Okay, let's see. Cargo, liberal federal packages. Let's go. Let's target the drives, take down its shields, and try to steal everything it has. It's very easy to position ourselves behind transportation vessels because they are not very maneuverable. And he's using chaff. Let's go for it. Let's get closer.
Under attack.
And let's send our Hatchbreaker limit.
Programming limpet drone. Hatchbreaker limpet engaged.
Excellent. From here on, you can decide if you want to destroy your target or just wait for its cargo to get out in space and collect it.
Target cargo dropped.
You don't have to destroy it. You can let it be, let it escape, or you can just disable its drives. And that's pretty much how you can use the Orca in piracy against NPC, against other players. If you want, the procedure is a bit different there. You have to be a bit polite, and that's all you have to do. There are some NPCs nearby. They are not close yet, so we can wait until we can collect all the cargo that this Type 9 has dropped, or we can leave without risking any encounter. And since our Orca is very fast, it will be very easy to escape from security forces. So this was the Orca, a quite good vessel at pretty much every activity in the game. It may not be the best ship for any activity in the game, but it is quite decent at all of them. It is more like a jack of all trades, master of none. If you want to use this vessel and can afford to buy and equip it with proper modules, then I don't see any reason not to use it. It is quite enjoyable, quite fun, and a very fast ship. It's better used in piracy. It can be a very good pirating vessel, but it can also be used in combat for normal bounty hunting and other peaceful activities. Thank you very much for joining me watching this video. I'm SquidofLuv, fly safe commanders, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.